Yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chemical Reactions. I'm Chuck.
I'm Raf.
Shout out to the Chem Squad and to the Circle of Death. As always, if you haven't subscribed yet, or if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Alright, so big video today for a big day today. I think anyone who's lived through this day and was conscious enough certainly remembers this day 18 years ago, which was a huge shock, right? That, like, honestly changed the way we thought, we lived, our sense of security for a very, very long time. So we wanted to dedicate this one today to the first responders and their family for 9/11, as well as anyone who's worked or who works every day to make sure that something like this never happens again. So this one's for you. So it's Wrong Side of Heaven by Five Finger Death Punch. So we'll do the official video. Link will be in the description below if you want to watch it for yourself. The ones that love you the most are the ones willing to fight for you. I risk my life so you don't have to. While you're watching this, there are 300,000 homeless. This number is rising. Over 1.4 million veterans are at risk of becoming homeless.
She's ashamed. What have I become? What have I done? I spoke to the devil today, and he swears he's not to blame. And I understood, 'cause I feel the same. Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly care. I'm on the wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. I heard from God today, and she sounded just like me. What have I done, and who have I become? I saw the devil today, and he looked a lot like me. I looked away, I turned away. Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly care.
Wow. All right, then there's a full list of organizations who essentially try to do something. I mean, obviously, you know, we had the chance to go to a Five Finger Death Punch concert last year.
Yeah. I don't think they played the song.
Yeah, you're right. I think it was at the end. It was like on the speakers while they were giving out, picks and stuff. It's. I'm assuming it's a difficult song to play on stage during a live show. That's probably why they stay away from it. But I mean, you can tell, right? It's not only one song that they have, like during the show. He asked any veterans in the audience, and I think the whole audience, the whole crowd applauded the veterans. So, I mean, all these statistics are crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, these are, and to all of you veterans who are watching, I mean, if you are having any issues, right? If there are some resources, a lot of them are on this list right here.
We already know about one veteran who's been watching our videos for quite long.
Yeah.
He made a few requests.
Yeah, one of them was this. So, whatever we can do, obviously it's not much, but I mean, whatever we can do to hopefully bring a bit of peace. I think nowadays there's a bit more awareness for the devastation of war. There was a long time when the only trauma that was actually getting any attention was physical trauma. Did you lose a leg to a landmine? Did you lose an eye to a shrapnel? Right? Those were treated, right, and understood. But the impact of war, the much more
psychological.
Yeah, the much more pernicious impact of war is psychological. It's unfortunately not something that can be fixed or healed as easily as the body can heal itself, or with the help of medical advancements. So I think these days there's a lot more awareness, right? Just have to watch the movies depicting war nowadays. It's a lot less about kind of the glory of war. It's a lot more about the impact on humanity and the long-term impact on the soldiers themselves. I think it's a lot better understood, but kind of that next step of really figuring out how to help so that we can actually do our best as a society to help veterans before they get to the street or before they they lose their jobs and their families, to help deal with what's haunting them.
Yeah. This video wasn't technically about the same thing as 9/11, but like the people that were survived 9/11, they have like the same kind of thing, like survivor's guilt. It's pretty bad, like when they wish they could have saved other people that were there, even though they probably couldn't have. They just blame it on themselves.
Yeah, survivor's guilt is obviously a big one, but I mean the first responders who so a lot of their colleagues die, or there's a lot of them who suffer from PTSD as well. And then obviously, like a month after the war in Afghanistan started, and Iraq again, like a year or two after. So there's a lot of soldiers who were launched in a theater of war as a result, almost a direct result of 9/11. So I think the lyrics are pretty self-explanatory, right? I watched a movie recently called Fury with Brad Pitt. It's a pretty good movie. I think what it does really well is exploring kind of the impact of war on humanity. You can see the contrast between the hardened veterans who've been in Europe and North Africa for years, right? And I've kind of paid the price mentally. And then this brand new recruit who hasn't killed anyone is kind of struggling with the brutality going on around them. So, like I said, it's not something that you can, just swipe away. You're being told you're a hero for what you did in war, but then again, you come back home and it can be difficult to have a break between what was then and what is now and back in, civilized society. So, again, it's a powerful video, but it's only so powerful as the message it conveys, and with any action that it can hopefully bring us as a society to do to, help address this problem, this societal problem, the best way we can. So I think we're going to leave it here. I think this is not the kind of video for Metal Tomatoes but if you have
super into lyrics, because we already really know.
Yeah. But if you're having any issues, right, try to find some help. If you have some comments that you can put down below, any words of encouragement for the first responders and their family, and for the soldiers who make sure that do their best to make sure that something like that never happens again, drop your words of encouragement below. If you are someone who's struggling with PTSD or anything of the sort, and are looking for help, let's start a dialogue in the comments below, so that hopefully we can do a bit of our part to, at least bring a bit more awareness to this issue. All right, we're going to leave it here. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us. We will see you next time on our next video.